Welcome, friends. Uh, Today's session is all about talking it out. We are all good at talking, but what happens inside a family and what makes the family vibrant is something which we are going to look into. Some of the things you might pick up as we go in the session. I would just like you to note down small things. As usual, I request you to have your notebook and pen ready. This will be a session where we'll have interactions and sharings. Talk it out, unlocking harmonious family conversations. Let's talk, listen, and grow together. It is not only about talking, but also listening and growing together. So the session objectives will be like uh, the open up warm, friendly conversations. Okay, how to open up warm, friendly family conversations, which are friendly. Practice active listening, express feelings safely, handle conflicts calmly, and create habits for stronger connections inside a family. So our context for today's session will be along these 5 areas of opening up, practicing active listening, expressing the feelings and handling conflicts, and creating habits for a better family environment. So this is what we'll be looking at. And for this, we'll be requiring some guidelines. So I would request you to be kind, open, and respectful of each other in the program. Probably some of you would be attending this session as a family. So be kind, open, and respectful. Some activities might require you to involve your family members also. If you're with your family, please involve them also. So we have made this session, what do you call, like a family-friendly program, even though it's on Zoom. Okay, keep cameras on if possible. It's not a must, but however, if you have your cameras on, there are a lot of benefits. Participate with your whole heart, right? You use chats for sharing and emojis. You can chat, and also you can put in your emojis, and at times also you can also unmute the mic as and when it's required. You're at your freedom to do it, and have fun as a family. So this program is designed on this aspects. So this will be our guidelines for the day. So first we'll have a poll. I would request you to use the chat box. How often does your family sit down and just talk together? I'll repeat the question. How often does your family sit down and just talk together? Right? Is it done on a daily basis, weekly, rarely, or never? So if it is daily, you put A. If it is B, you put in weekly. If it is C, it is because you say it is rarely you sit and talk together, and never, then it means D. So we'll use the chat box just to understand how often a family sits together and discusses. Okay, Suresh says weekly. Sumati says all members rarely. Okay, all members rarely. That is C. Ambiga Sitaraman says C. So right now we have evaluated where our family conversations are happening. Vijay, yes. Vijay says daily. Okay, that is good. So, and Sundhi says, me and kids daily. Yes, of course. Most of the mothers and the kids always have more time to spend together. It's the same thing in my family also. My wife and my daughters spend time together more than me being with them on a bigger time space. Yes. So thanks for the poll. We have just now understood how often do we sit with our family and just talk together, right? Okay. The next question goes, okay, you can drop in an emoji. This is something related to what your family is feeling today. Drop an emoji in the chat that shows how your family feels today, your family as a whole, right? You know, the mood of the house, the mood of the family. What is it today? In case you're not able to judge for today, you can think about yesterday or Sunday. What was your family's feeling, your total family's feeling? You can put in an emoji because emojis are more expressive. It is available in your chat. Yes, it is available in your chat at the bottom. The second thing with a small smiley face. You can click that and you'll be able to get more emojis. Okay, Vijay has got a double heart. Okay, and Sumati has got a, oh wow, with the black glasses, dark glasses, stylish. Suresh has got a beautiful smile. Okay, so that gives us the feeling of a family for the day. Ah, wow. Ambika Sitaram has got a, okay, a big, huge smile. Okay, wow, smile. Great. So it means like we are consciously aware of what our family is feeling today. Friends, most of the time we are engrossed in what our feeling is all about and how do we feel for the day. But as a family, when we start looking at the kind of feeling which we have in the family, it gives us a wider perspective of what happens in the family. Thank you for taking those two questions and assessing your feeling. Thank you. We'll just move on to the next slide. Okay. So the objective of this round, the module one, let's start talking. Okay. If not here, where else can you start opening up? So the objective is break the ice and open up. Akash, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes, I
Thank you.
am.
Thank you, Akash. Friends, any one of you can start talking. You will be given a minute to share about yourself. So when you
And I
speak,
will make and I will make them as spotlight, yeah?
yeah, and you will be in the spotlight. So the opportunity is yours. Please take the floor.
Do,
Anyone?
do, do you think do you think I should start?
Yes,
Maybe,
Akash. Probably that will set the trend.
yeah, why not? Me in a minute.
Yeah.
So we can just share anything?
Yes. Yes. Anything about you.
Okay,
About you
great.
only, nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what can I say? We had the Tamil New Year and it was a long weekend. So we all had been to a quick vacation to a beautiful place we all know called Munnar. It's about 6 hours driving distance from Coimbatore, and that's how my last 3 days were. Beautiful in the nested hills of Munnar, enjoying amongst the tea estates, the birds chirping, and I was I felt so close to nature because in the city we don't get to listen all this, but there I was able to hear the bees buzz and the birds sing, and I also saw something called as the wild squirrel, just roaming around in the place that we all stayed. So I think that was a great time that we had.
Yeah.
Jagan,
Akash, thank you.
does this
Yeah.
count?
Yeah. 1 minute is up.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Akash. Who would like to go next? The floor is yours.
Hi, I'm Ambika. I'm sorry I'm not enabling my video. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
Absolutely, no problem.
Okay, because I've linked through my phone. I find it a little bit difficult. Otherwise, it's not audible. So, anyway, in a minute, if I should talk about myself, I'm a very humorous person and I just love working hard and then enjoying the fruits of my labor end of the day. So I would like to be a little meticulous, and I mean, I am. I feel systematic with things I do, but I mean, probably family is always first for all of us, and similarly, for me, family is first. And what else can I say? Off late, I find that I've become a little serious with my children, so which I feel I should change because I felt I must talk about something that's relevant to this topic. So that's about me. I want
Thank
the
you.
old days back. In fact,
Thank
the
you,
fun
Ambika.
days with children. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambika. Bang on target. 1 minute. We have one more person. One more person can take up the opportunity.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Myself, Ashok Madan from Faridabad, Haryana, from
Okay.
North India.
Okay.
I'm a retired person now from the technical background, and I'm thankful to you, Mr. Arun, sir, to give me a platform to join with you. So, I'm living a retiring life. So, this is my journey. I'm technical background from mechanical industry. I retired from the automobile industry, whose JBM industry I will listen, I think, who's making North India in bus major project, and in automobile sector is the number one company in the India. So this is my introduction from my side.
Thank you, Mr. Ashok Madan. That's very nice
Thank you,
of you,
sir.
and for joining us today and sharing your personal details. Thanks a lot. Friends,
Thank you.
thank you. That was wonderful. So, how many of us have the, I'll say, the opportunity to speak about ourselves in our family, our experiences of the day? Remember those old days when we used to come back from school, or when our sons or daughters used to come back from school, and we used to talk to them, asking them, how was the school? What happened today? And they used to talk for minutes together about their experience of the day. Do we do that today? That is something which we start off as a thinking point. Our next activity is your favorite family memory. What is your favorite family memory? As a family, what memory comes to you? So, something from the past. So you can use the chat box, or you can unmute the mic and talk and say, what is your favorite family memory? For me, my favorite family memory is celebrating our Diwali when I was in my 11th standard. That was a time which I remember that Diwali was a special one. So for me, celebrating festivals is a great family memory, but particularly my 11th standard Diwali. So you can either use the chat box, or you can unmute and share which is your favorite family memory.
For me, my I'll go.
Ah.
So for me, my favorite family memory was when my grandma, of course, she's no more there today, but when she was alive, she used to make us, all of us, sit in a circle,
Hmm.
and while telling, interesting stories about Ramayana or Mahabharata, she would also feed us, meaning not feed us, but give it in our hand, and we'll have to eat ourselves. So that's one of the greatest family memories that I continue to relish.
Okay.
Now, Jagan, we also have a message from KT Suresh. He's
Yes.
also shared his 1 minute.
Yeah.
Um,
Can you please read it?
yeah. So Suresh says, I'm adjustable to any situation. I'll make everyone happy by making them laugh and smile. I help those who are struggling to grow. So Suresh has sent us this message. He says he's traveling.
Hmm.
Great, Suresh ji. Thank you very much for participating despite your travel. And Suresh has also shared his memory, Jagan, and for
Yeah.
everyone on the call, all family members go for vacation, but most memorable was traveling with my grandpa to Tirupati. Not at all forgettable.
Yes. Great.
And Sumati has also
Hmm.
um, responded saying holiday outings, playing games, doing some creative work together. That's also something that happens. Thank you, Sumati, for that. How about how about others?
Yes, you can use the chat box, or you can unmute the mic and share.
I would probably reflect some of what was shared earlier. by Ms. Sumati as well as Mr. Akash. And because I still remember the days when we were all young, and it was a very big extended family with my grandparents and all. It was a huge family, my father's family, and we were all living in under one roof. So we are still connected as cousins. We are a close knit family. So it was wonderful. We played together, learned together, and yeah. So probably I'm still living on those beautiful memories.
Okay. Thank you for the sharing. Friends, we all have our favorite family memories, but what was astounding here was three of us have shared something of great experience. That is what is strong in our memory is it is with the grandparents, right? So somewhere or the other, grandparents have impacted us when we were young, and it's still they're lingering in our minds. Stay Active Movement SAM 4075 focuses on the grandparents of today with this technology updation and the Gen Z and Gen Alpha people, like what is happening. So most of our programs are around this. Thank you for the wonderful sharing. The key takeaway from the module one, let's start talking, is all about every voice matters and even simple sharing builds bonds. I'll repeat again, every voice matters and every simple sharing builds bonds, right? Nothing is small. Every voice is important in the family. Let it be a small kid, let it be our elders, let it be the person who's the earning member of the family, let us be the person in the house. It can be anybody, but everybody needs their voice to be heard. That is what matters because simple listening can build bonds. Thank you. Model number 2, we are moving to the power of listening. Okay. The objective here is to build empathy and listening skills. Okay. So we are going to do here with two activities. First, we have the listening game. Um, Dear participants, I will request you to listen to the dialogue which is going to happen between me and uh, between me and Akash. And I just want you to listen to what Akash has got to say. And at the end of the dialogue, you'll have to guess the feeling with which Akash is talking. Akash, are you ready?
Yeah, you have to remind me, Jagan. I forgot.
Yeah. So, okay, you can
I think I'm having stage fear now.
Okay. So Akash has said his first statement. He said something. Jagan, you'll have to remind me now. I'm having stage fear. What is the feeling which Akash is having now? Any guess?
Fear.
Yes. Fear. Okay. Any other choice? Yes. Somebody's in the chat. Yes. Ambika says fear. Sumati says fear. Akash, is it true you're having fear?
That's what I did convey.
Yes. Thank you.
Not confident.
Not confident. Yes.
Not confident.
Good. Akash, can we have one more sentence from you? Statement.
I was in awe looking at the beautiful sky from the top of the mountain.
Okay. What is the feeling now?
Excitement, Sumati says.
Yes, Sumati is fast. Excitement. Great.
Yeah, surprised, pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised. Yes, the linguistic skills of Ambika ma'am is there. Right. Great.
Yes.
Okay. Akash, what are you doing there? Looking down.
I'm actually worried. I have a big day tomorrow, and there is a lot of work that I have to do.
Okay. Answers, please. Yes. Smriti says stressed. Okay.
Concerned.
Pardon?
Concerned.
Concerned. Yes. Okay. How did you identify this thing? The last one. Worried. Esther Vijaya says worried. Yes. How did you find it out? He never said these words. He never said he's stressed. He never said he's worried. He never said he's concerned. Ashok Madan says, feel free to thinking about natures. Yes. So how did you, okay, Esther Vijaya says his facial expressions. Right, you're right. His facial expressions and what else? Definitely the choice of words which you used. Okay, not interested. Yes, the choice of words. Not interested. I got something to complete by tomorrow. Okay, those kind of words and the sentence give that meaning that he is really worried, he's stressed, he's got something to complete, and is not able to focus right now on the conversation. Thank you, Akash. Thank you. Thank you for the surprise dialogues. Thank you. Friends, now you see, like, now we were able to build empathy and listening along with Akash. Okay, probably I would have tuned you to say like this is a game, listening game, so you'll have to guess the feeling. Now, just imagine, are we in this mode of building empathy and listening with our family members whenever they talk to us? Or are we just hearing and showing it out? Right? So it's time for us to think what our behavior is with our people when they talk to us. Are we building empathy or are we listening? Okay. I have the next question to you. You can probably use the chat box. What makes you feel heard? What makes you feel heard? What makes you feel heard? Akash, can we do a small role play?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. Do we have both of us on the spotlight?
Adding me on the spotlight. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So right now, me and Akash, we are going to have a conversation. Hope all of you are able to see us. Let's see what happens. Akash, can you give me the report of can you give me the papers which I brought from office? It is somewhere there. Can you just look at it and tell me what the number 6 file talks about? Okay.
The file talks about,
Enna Akash, what is
no,
it?
the file talks about the sales report for the organization.
Yeah, please tell me.
The file talks about,
Akash, I'm asking you something. Please tell what the file is talking about. You look
the
at the third
file.
paper and tell me what it is.
Do you want me to talk? Hey, do you want me to talk about the sales or the performance report?
Akash, and second tab Lenuka Sulla Akash, details. I've written the details in the second page. Please read what it is.
Yeah, the details on the second page. The second page with the white color page or the second page with the red color page?
What did you ask, Akash? Sorry.
White or red color?
The second page.
Okay. This talks about where and all expansion is possible. How do we expand the network?
I'm sorry.
And where all do we do
sorry,
it?
I missed what you said. Can you please come again? Okay. Thanks, Akash.
Okay. So,
Thank you. Great. Friends, you just saw what happened. Okay. That was the question what I asked you about. I'll go back to the slide. I'll go back to the slide. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, I got the screen. Yes, coming back. The question was, what makes you feel heard? What was I doing? What was I doing when Akash was talking to me? Yes, there's a message in the chat. Not interested. Okay, Sumati says, looking at, okay, at my face, paying attention and getting clarity. If I, okay, if I want a solution or just a listening ear, yes. SFJ says, distracted with many other things. Okay, Sri says, when people don't value when we speak, no eye contact. Okay, I never made any eye contact with the Akash. Great. Ambika Sitaraman says, not paying attention. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Now, you knew, you observed what was literally happening there. Akash was losing his patience. His voice started escalating. He started repeating the same thing. Okay. I was busy with my phone. I was busy writing something. I was busy taking some paper. Somebody came in between. I was speaking to them. I paid least interest and attention to Akash. I never met him eye to eye. I took him for granted. Just like that. I just called him. I wanted the details. And when he put in his effort, I never recognized his effort. Never respected him as a human being. Right? Now, imagine what would have gone through Akash's mind. What would have been his feelings? Yes, as whatever people have said in the comment, it is all totally negative. And believe me, friends, I know what the person at the other end would have felt. Right? Now, the question here is, when you talk, what gives you that feeling you are being heard when you speak something to your family members? Okay, when you speak to somebody in your family members, what makes you to feel that you're heard, right? I'll give you one situation. When I speak to one of my employees, he just walks, he never looks at me, and he just gives an answer, right? I'm not interested in that. What makes me feel heard is, you should turn around, stop doing his work, look at me, listen to what I said, then give back the answer. This is when I feel that I am heard when I speak to somebody. So now, what is it for you which makes you feel that what you speak is heard? Can I have your sharing, please? Remember, friends, when we share, we grow, others also grow. Great. Somebody says undistracted attention. Wonderful. That is very true. When somebody gives us undistracted attention, they make us feel that we are heard. Okay. Nodding when listening. Tarni says nodding when listening. Wonderful, Tarni. So when we nod to somebody, when they talk to us, it means we are acknowledging what they have said. We have received what they have communicated and we are acknowledging it. Ambika Sitaraman says, proper response and take required action. Yes, the very appropriate response and the appropriate action post the discussion shows that you have responded and you have taken action. Here, there are two parts, the response and the required action. Wonderful, Ambika. Esther Vijaya says, when someone listens, give time and reciprocate with attention. I know, like when somebody talks, few people, they don't allow the other person to talk. They just keep on talking continuously. They don't give the other person time to reciprocate. So we also need to reciprocate with attention when the other person talks. Akash says, listen fully, then respond. You know, Akash, you are absolutely right. By the time somebody starts saying a sentence, by the time they are in the fourth or fifth word, immediately the other person starts giving an answer. You know, sometimes that sentence could be a question, or the sentence can be can end up with an exclamation. It can be anything. So we need to listen fully before we respond. Yes. Vasant says proper attention and response. Yes. That is focusing fully on the person who's talking to us and responding. Listening my thoughts first. Yes. We listen to our thoughts, we settle down, then we start listening to the other person. I know there are a lot of people who say, just give me a minute, let me settle down. Okay, they'll be in middle of something. Even when I call them up sometimes, they'll say, just give me a minute. Then they will just cool down from whatever work they're doing, then they'll talk to me on the phone. This I've seen with many people. Even sometimes my elder daughter says, Father, I'll talk to you after 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, friends. So, yes, and Sri has said, revert after hearing our points so that we would know their views too. Revert after hearing our points so that we would know their views too. After we talk, we need to allow the other person also to revert back with their communication so that we know what they are thinking about our views, right? A powerful way. Thank you, friends. Thank you for the wonderful sharing. It makes the session very lively. So, if you're looked at the pattern, how we have gone through the last 3 to 4 minutes is I have asked a question and you in turn have started sharing things. Then again, I responded and you started also answering. You're listening to it. A wonderful thing where these listening skills are very powerful. So the objective is to build empathy and listening. So the takeaway from this module number 2, the power of listening is love in action. Listening is love in action. We have a separate module on the same building empathy and listening, where we go deeper into the various aspects of our personality, which hinders our listening skills and stops us from building empathy with the other person. So we have got two good activities supported by Akash. Akash, thanks a lot. Friends, we move on to the third module.
Yeah, I had my boxing gloves on, Jagan.
What
Just
was
in case you would have continued ignoring me in the
ah,
in what in the thing that we were doing, I had my boxing gloves ready.
I know, I know. I saw your face from the corner of my eyes, how it went. Suddenly I stopped. Even though we did a role play, it had so much impact on me and also on you and also on the participants who were looking at it. Okay. Just,
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
just understand the kind of impact.
Imagine what.
Yes,
Yeah.
Akash.
Imagine how we are actually unknowingly making others feel.
Hmm.
I felt it.
Yes. And believe me, from all the other questions which we told our participants to put in the chat box, we had 4 to 6 answers, but for this we had 10 answers coming in the chat box.
Yeah.
So
True.
the kind of impact which this role play has created is something which you need to take home, friends. The kind of impact which is happening on our family members can be judged here. Of course, me and Akash, we have been for ages together, right from our college days. And I know few of you personally in this group. But the role play which we did and the kind of response you gave, I can feel the impact which this made you to feel. So all of us have the right to express our shortcomings or the shortcoming of the other person when they don't listen to us. We can always tell them, can you spend me 2 minutes so that you can listen to me in detail, whatever I got to say. Sri says, true, I have experienced the role play. Yes, Sri. So everybody's got this opportunity. And believe me, friends, like this, a lot of things are happening around us in our family, in our workplace, in our place of education, wherever it is. So the next time when we talk to somebody, let us give our full attention to them so that we can make them feel important. The takeaway, listening is love in action. You know, uh, uh, when we love something or when we love to do something, the full attention is there with that person or with that process or with that particular thing. Have you seen a child? When the child sees a toy, he is totally engrossed in that particular toy, right? So that is what we need to do when we start listening to others. Thank you. Thanks, Akash. Thank you, friends. We'll just move on to the third module, feelings first. Okay. The objective is understand and express emotions. Are we able to understand our emotions, and are we able to express our emotions? Okay. So the same, I'm taking it directly to the family. Okay. So you can also work it out on an individual basis later on. The question here goes, which feeling do you show most often in your family? Okay. Which feeling do you show most often in your family? As an individual, which feeling do you show most often in your family? So there are two answers to the same question. You as an individual, which feeling do you show most often in your family? And as a family, what is the feeling in your family as such? The first part of the question is, what feeling do you show in your family? When you go home, are you always with full of joy, happiness, you spread happiness around? Or when you go home, do you have that small horn coming up and you show your anger? Or when you go home, are you sad? Or when you go home, do you show your love and affection? Or when you go home, do you feel stressed out, or you show your stress, whatever is happening in the workplace? Or when you go home, are you calm? So it is not that we show one particular thing all the time. It is majority of the time what do you show? That is the first answer. Then you put a comma, then you show the second answer as to which of the feeling is the most predominant in your family. You know, this is where the family culture starts coming in. You like to go to some of your relatives' house and you don't like to go to another relative's house. Why? Because when you go to one relative's house, you always feel happy, energized, energetic. You know, a lot of factors are there. And you go to somebody, another relative's house, what happens is you always talk about negative things. This guy has done this guy has done that. Do you know he has cheated that person? Do you know this problem is there in their family? Always talking about the negative, right? So what does your family stand for? Does your family stand for joy, anger, sadness, love, stress, calm? These are the indicative words. When you say anger, there can also be a small fights, okay, some misunderstanding. It can be anything. So your answer has to be in two parts. What do you feel, and what is the feeling in your family the majority of the time, right? Okay. Ambiga Sitaraman says irritation. Yes. Ashok Madan says aggression. Sri says, I cry or show anger depends on the day. Okay, right? Most predominantly mixed emotions. We argue without understanding what others expressed. Wonderful awareness, Sri. None of us could get criticism and issue starts then. Okay, none of us could get criticism and issue starts then. Yes. Sumati TK says anger, love, right? So, friends, now we are into something called the emotional current in our family, and what emotions do we express in our family. And believe me, friends, we can always change the way how we are expressing in our family. Yes. I, for one, is a good example. Say some 15 years back, I'm the person who's known for my short temper. Even now, I have a little bit of those short tempers. But with certain exercises and certain practices for the past 15 years, I've reduced it a lot. And even now, I get angry, but it is with awareness, right? Now, this emotional pole has shown what our predominant emotions are, our feelings are, what we express in our family, and what is our predominant feeling level in our family, right? Right. And Sri has said the misunderstanding or the criticism nobody is able to accept. That is the point when all things start getting loose. We have got another activity called the journaling prompt. I would like you to write the remaining part of the sentence. The first part of the sentence goes like this. I feel most understood when. When are you most understood? When do you feel you are most understood? Akash, can we have an example? I feel most understood when. can use the chat box or you can use the mic.
Certainly.
Yes.
So is it right to say
Ah.
I feel most understood
Hmm.
when somebody talks to me with lot of genuinity and authenticity?
You are right. The statement holds good.
Okay.
Uh,
Because I don't like people making up stories.
hmm.
And I don't like people, talking to me what it is not. So
Hmm.
authenticity matters.
Okay.
Call
So
a rice, call milk a milk, call a spade a spade.
wonderful. So you feel most understood when people talk frankly to you, right? I can use the other word frankly in simple terms. Is it right, Akash?
Yes.
Yes. I feel most understood when people ask me questions based on what I've told them.
Okay.
You know, like,
Nice.
my belief is like when people ask me questions, they are open. They want to understand what I've told them, reconfirm. They are seeking answers to get the message clearly from me. Sometimes, I'll not say sometimes, most of the time when people talk to me, uh, I feel like I've tuned them up to the way such that they keep asking me questions until and unless they are clarified. And sometimes, very few of late, people say yes, but when the result comes, it's something totally different, which clearly shows they have not understood what I wanted them to do. So this is always a challenge in an organization and also in the family, right? Friends, you can share yours. So when do you feel understood? Okay.
I feel most understood when I speak something that people like hearing.
Can you be a bit louder, please?
I feel most understood when I speak something people love hearing from me.
Okay, when people love hearing from you. Okay, great.
Hearing what they like.
Oh, hearing what they like. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Thank you, Ambika. Sumati here says, I am given space to express rather than assuming. Wonderful. I'm given space to express rather than assuming. So giving space for expressing one's feeling is great. Okay. Sri says, when they talk to us openly on what we express. Okay. Sri says she likes when she likes or she feels understood when people talk openly on what is expressed. Friends, based on whatever we have spoken till now, do you understand that we all like things when people talk to us openly and frankly? See, what Akash told, what I told, what Sumati has told, what Ambika has shared, and what Sri has told, right? Each one of us look into something called the open communication, being frank. If we don't have the freedom to be frank and talk in our family, then where else can we talk? Where's the space for us to talk? We don't have any other space. Friends, it's time for us to think and ink. When I say think and ink, it means before you write, before you say, it is time for us to think, right? So now let us put ourselves in the opposite side. What can we do so that the other person feels completely understood? Yeah, we got a sharing from Tarni. Freedom to speak and when they respect our speech. See, we have got another new word here. Freedom to speak. Yes. And when they respect our speech. Yes. Wonderful, Tanya, for sharing those two new words. Freedom to speak. I'm sure that all of us are given the freedom to speak, irrespective of the age in our family. right? And I think a family where elders are there and children are there, the people in between need to give space for the elders to share their views and thoughts, and also the children to share. Uh, Most of the families which I met have the least important time to the elders to listen to them. Okay, they just go talk to them. They ask, did you take the medicine? Did you do this exercise? Did you, what do you want for lunch? Just 2, 3 lines. And the other person also talks in 2, 3 small sentences. That's it. So totally put in a day, not more than 10 to 15 lines are spoken between these two people. Okay. With kids, I would recommend each and every one of you to spend some time with the kids. And if you have kids and grandparents in your family, then that is the best combination. Both of them can spend much amount of time. And I would request the parents and the people between the age of say 25 to 50 to make the family atmosphere conducive, so that you can make the seniors and the juniors come up together, and both of them are able to express and think what they want to speak in a free manner. So that will set the tone of your family, that will set the culture of your family. The total feeling level starts changing, right? I think many of you are working in organizations, right? There's something called the emotion intelligence, right? Uh, or the happiness quotient in the organization. There's a lot of surveys in the industry which talks about the best place to work. And when they say the best place to work means a happy place. So have we ever done a happiness assessment in our family? That is something which we need to talk about. And Esther Vijaya says, understanding our views, right? Uh, you're absolutely right. When the other person understands our view, it doesn't mean that our views need to be accepted and implemented. At least listening to our views will make us feel confident the next time to speak about. So the third slide is all about understanding and expressing our emotions. And the key takeaway is naming the emotion helps us handle them better. So many of us have the struggle to identify our emotions, what is happening within us. There's a saying, name it to tame it. Name it to tame it. So when you name our emotions, you're able to tame it. Are you able to understand and identify what emotions is going on inside you? What is it happening, right? And if you're able to identify and pinpoint what emotion is there in you, then the whole scenario starts changing. So the emotional pole, which feeling do you show most often in your family? The first part is yours. What feeling you show in your family? And the second part is what feeling runs in your family? What is your family known for? What is the kind of feeling your family says, right? So that is what we are seeing through. Friends, I would like to just go back to the beginning and uh, do a short, quick review. Okay. We started off with the objectives of opening up the family conversations in a small warm up, practice active listening and express feelings safely. Okay, these three parts we have covered as of today. We have got another 3 more modules to go through, so which will be sharing in the forthcoming sessions. And we had set the tone, be kind, open and respectful, keep cameras on, okay, participate, use chat for sharing and emojis, have fun as a family. So whatever we have practiced today, it is time for you to go back to your family and do it in a small activity way, like whatever we have done. We have not forced, we have opened up on our own sharing. You can share the role plays, whatever we have did. Okay, the first slide uh, we did. Say why I'm doing a small review so that you can take a decision as to what action steps you're going to take. Okay, the first poll was how often does your family sit down and just talk together? Is it daily, weekly, rarely, never? If it is rarely and never, make it a weekly aspect, and if not, make it a daily practice. Okay, so you take a call on that, what you're going to do, how you're going to do. At least on a Sunday, have all of you have one meal either a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Can be in your house, or you can go out for a dinner, spend time together. Okay, just talk. Okay. The second thing is drop an emoji in the chat that shows how your family feels today. So probably you can have a small sheet of paper having the dates and the date, and every day you can write down what your family is feeling for the day. Okay. Then we started off with the module 1. Let's start talking, where you started speaking for 1 minute, and also your favorite family memory. These two, you can always do it anytime. Probably for today dinner or tomorrow morning breakfast, you can just say, just tell about 1 minute of your last 1 week. In 1 minute, talk about what happened yesterday in your organization, or in your college, or in your school. Okay. So 1 minute, allow them to share. Just listen to them. Okay. Then probably after 2 days, you can ask them, what is your favorite family memory? Okay. So let them talk it out. Remember, the first module talks about let's start talking. Every voice matters, and every simple sharing builds bond. The second module was on the aspect of building empathy and listening, the listening game. Rather than listening to the words, or the way the person is expressing through the facial expressions or the body language, we can listen to what are the feeling are they coming from. The moment we understand their feelings, it is different from for us to handle them. It becomes much easier. Than our understanding capacity is different. We are able to empathize with them. That is, we are able to put ourselves in their shoes, and we are able to understand what they are feeling and what tough situation they are going to undergo through, right? And what makes you feel heard? That was a wonderful role play. Thank you, Akash, and thank you, friends, for the wonderful feedback you gave. You understood the power of listening and empathizing with the other person. Believe me, friends, handling an irritated customer, or handling somebody, your colleague who's very much angry or irritated on that time, becomes much easier the moment you start understanding their feelings, right? The takeaway is listening is love in action, right? The third model, what we saw today, was understand and to express our emotions. The takeaway was naming the emotion, and helping us with that helps us to handle the emotions better. The moment we are able to identify what emotions we undergo, or what is going on inside us, then it becomes much easier for us to handle it. So the questions was for which feeling do you show most often in your family, or as a family as such? What is your family known for? Joy, anger, sadness, love, stress, or being calm. And the journaling prompt was, I feel most understood when. When do you feel most understood? The moment you say the most understood, it means you have happiness, you have calmness, you have love, right? It shows that the other person makes you feel comfortable, right? You had shared a lot of answers. So, so these are three modules which we are covering today. We have the fourth module, cool down and speak up, where we handle conflicts peacefully. Then we have the fifth module, where our family talks. Okay, the objective of this session, part will be how sharing honestly builds trust. Remember, Akash, me, and everybody of each one of us started talking about how we love people to be frank and honest to us. So that is where the family starts building their bonds. The sixth module is all about keeping the talk alive, how we can build in a culture in our family, what things can we do, how we can build up this habit of getting connected with each other at various levels, irrespective of our age. Particularly, SAM 4075 focuses on people, the age group of 40 to 75, with the special focus on seniors at the home, how we can build up our conversation and keep our conversations alive. And closing for the day, I will request you to use the chat box, or the open the mic and say, and please share what is in your mind. One thing you learned today, one thing which you learned today, one thing you will do differently. Okay, one thing which you'll do differently, and one thing you will keep doing. Something which you have been doing and which you'll keep on to continue. So these three answers are what we are looking at for. One thing which I learned today, which is new. One thing I'll do differently. Okay, something which you have been doing, which you are which you will put in some small changes and you'll do it differently. One thing I'll keep doing. Something which you have been doing till now, which you feel is good, and you feel that is right, which you have been doing and which will keep on continue doing. Okay, these three answers can be coming in the chat box. And believe me, friends, uh, this life, this world is all for us. We have only one life to live, and we are this wonderful family, right? And it is our right to celebrate everyone's courage to share and listen. And I like to appreciate everyone's participation for the day where you're celebrated, okay? And we are celebrating our courage to share our thoughts and also our willingness to listen to our fellow participants. Imagine this,
And at this point, Jagan, you should also
yes,
listen to my statement that it is already 10 p.m.
yes, yes, Akash.
Yes. Just wanted to let you know, please.
Yes, Akash. I just got almost ready to go. Okay, Sumudhi says, I am given space to express rather than assuming. Okay, freedom to speak, and when they respect our speech. Okay, understanding your views. Uh, okay, Esther Vijaya says, okay, it was good to pause and think a little and understand where we are as a family. Thank you, Esther. Somebody says, whenever I feel angry, I will try to express in a calm way. Yes, good. Ambika says how important it is to stay engaged as a family. Wonderful sharing, Sumati and Ambika. Sri says, listening is important. Yes, I will spend more time on family time. Wonderful decision. Caring and expressing genuinely. Wonderful. Esther Vijaya says, I think I have to listen. Listen till the end and then speak. Yes, wonderful. Ambika Sitaram says, listen. Vasant says, respect, listen, and then respond. Yes, everything starts with the kind of respect we have for the other person. Ambika says, to try drawing everyone into a conversation, people. Yes. And believe me, friends, with those few small exercises which we did, you know how to build up a conversation, small talks, and you can build up the conversations. Thank you. We just got two more slides. Thank you for joining, and let's keep talking, listening, and loving. Family grows stronger through conversations. And Akash, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jagan. And thank you each and every one of you for being such accommodative and participative webinar participants today. There is not one person who was not willing to share. And thank you for keeping the space, and thank you for holding this space for others as well. To each and every one of you who have spent the last about 63, 64, 63 minutes. This is absolutely something that we love doing because you show up. So without much without much delay, please, we'll also share this link. Please join our SAM community so that you are aware of all the webinars that we do. We have our next webinar, that is the one that is going to come up the next Tuesday. So this is something to do with business. A lot of seniors wish to start a business. So I'm going to talk about the 10 do's and don'ts about senior citizens running a business. What options are there and what key ideas they should look for in 2025. So this has nothing to do, with the technicalities of running a business, but rather, how they should steer, what are the some of the do's, keeping their life stage in mind, what are some of the don'ts, again keeping the limitations of the life stage in mind. And then this is going to be, as Jagan always keeps mentioning, an eye opening, or an eye opener, of course, without the opener. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so very much for participating. We have the poll which has already come up. We would love if you participate in the poll. It means a lot to us when you give us your feedback. This helps us do our next programs better. So kindly use the poll and give us your feedback. Already about 4 of them have spoken in the poll. Rest everybody can also kindly do so.
And
Thank you. Yeah.
Akash, just before we close, I have a small request. We request your support to spread this message to the outer world, in the sense like we are finding it difficult to reach family with senior citizens. So our next program will be on this title. So all Tuesdays between 9 and 10 p.m. in the evening, we have these programs which are totally free of cost. So we request you to spread the message and support us by sharing the information and the links to your known circle, so that we can build a bigger and better community. Akash, that's what I wanted to share. Just thought I'll do that.
Beautiful. That is what we want to do. Yes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And we wish to see you all again the next Tuesday by 9 p.m. Thank you and good night.